Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, from Iraq to Pittsburgh Strip District, one Navy veteran's unusual entrepreneurial journey to our region, plus a final push for the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. But first, a whole new approach to manufacturing that's happening right here in our region. America's Heartland pretty much wrote the book on mass production in traditional manufacturing. From steel to the automobile, the industrial revolution that made America happen throughout the Great Lakes region. Well, today we have an opportunity to write a whole new book, this one based on a brand new technology that tosses mass production out the window. It's called additive manufacturing. Our region scored a big win earlier this year when the U.S. government established a National Institute for Additive Manufacturing in Youngstown, Ohio, about halfway between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, which worked together to actually land the investment. Eric Planey is with the Youngstown Chamber of Commerce and co-chair of the Tech Belt. Dominique Schinnebeck is chairman and CEO of Accutronic USA in near Pittsburgh, which is pushing the edge when it comes to this sort of high-tech manufacturing. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, Eric, I'm going to start with you. First, an explanation of the Tech Belt and kind of its role in bringing this manufacturing institute here, and then we'll talk a little bit about what the heck additive manufacturing is.
Sure. Going back to about 2007, Congressman Tim Ryan in Ohio and Congressman Jason Altmaier in Pennsylvania got together and said, if you look at our region's economy from Cleveland, Youngstown, Pittsburgh, Akron, Erie, Morgantown, we really are one region that may have several invisible borders. But the fact is, together, we're the 10th largest economy in the United States. And so the Tech Belt Initiative was formed not to be another organization to promote economic development, but to take the organizations in that region and to make their prospects of growth that much better. So we're comprised of about 35 organizations. For example, the Youngstown Chamber, the Allegheny Conference, Jumpstart, Innovation Works, Pittsburgh Life Sciences, I can go on, all the universities. We get together and we work together in a collective, collaborative basis in order to promote economic growth in our area and also to incubate high-tech manufacturing and also to bring in grant money and research money to this area.
And that led you to this Additive Manufacturing Institute.
Absolutely. When the call came out from the Department of Defense Consortium for this Additive Manufacturing Institute, we put a joint application in together. And one of the reasons we scored and we won it, and we beat out organizations like MIT and Georgia Tech, is that when they reviewed our application, they felt they saw a natural synergy and a natural cohesion for this application because the Tech Belt was already in existence. It was not a forced marriage by any means. And as a result of that, we have not only $70 million of research and investment here in the area, but we're receiving attention from around the whole entire world. When we won this NAMI Center, newspapers in India reported about it, newspapers in California, newspapers throughout the whole United States. It was great.
Okay, so this is hot stuff. Accutronic, one of the companies that's participating in and hopefully benefiting from all of this. First, Dominique, for folks who don't know the company, what does Accutronic do?
We're a worldwide leader in motion simulation systems, and motion simulation system, you have to understand that's it's an equipment that we design and manufacture, test inertial navigation units. And inertial navigation units you can find in anything like an airplane, a satellite, a missile. Cars have sensors that do the rollover, that prohibit that you roll over the car. And we manufacture this test and calibration equipment here in Pittsburgh.
Okay, you're doing that right here in our region.
Yes,
so
we
has the company been here for a while?
Yes, we've been in Pittsburgh over 35 years.
Wow, is that great? So how does this kind of additive manufacturing technology potentially fit into what you all do?
Well, we are more advanced manufacturing, so we received research funds from the governor last week under a program called RAMP, that stands for Research Advanced Manufacturing Pennsylvania. And this is going to help us go into new areas, new business areas, explore new business areas to grow and innovate.
Really cool. So, and I guess for folks who don't understand what additive manufacturing is, and that's got to be virtually everybody who's not in advanced manufacturing, well, what exactly is this about?
Sure. The common vernacular for it is 3D printing. And what it is on a simple basis is if you think about a printer that could actually, instead of printing on paper, can actually use materials and resins and print a product. You can actually now today go and buy a $2,000 at-home 3D printer, and you can make your own garden tools, for example. Well, now we want to take it to the next level, and the analogy we give is, imagine instead of a whole machine shop on an aircraft carrier, imagine one day where you have one machine that is capable of producing every replacement part on an aircraft out of one machine. That's the ultimate goal, and there's a lot of technical hurdles that have to be overcome in order for that to take place.
Wow, well, potentially really revolutionary compared to the way manufacturing's been done since the cotton gin was invented back in the early 19th century.
That's right. This could be, The Economist magazine said this could be, I think, the third industrial revolution through 3D printing and additive manufacturing.
Now, does this really have application in what you do?
It doesn't. I mean, what we do is for instance, with the research fund, what we want to do also innovation, because that's how we can, sustain our business in the future. What we want to do is develop a prototype, an end-to-end prototype that tests inertial MEMS devices. And inertial MEMS, that's kind of a buzzword because we have it in our cell phones. You have a accelerometer.
That's kind of when how the cell phone or your tablet knows whether it's right side up or right
that's
upside down. That's an
accelerometer,
right?
and that's for stabilization, orientation. It's called linear displacement. And then you have also in it today, you have gyroscopes, which are for gaming and navigation. And those devices are much smaller. They're consumer market. Typically, the inertial devices that we test for Northrop Grumman or Honeywell that buy our equipment, they are in the tens of thousands of dollars, and they get loaded manually on the systems, and you test 8 or 16 at a time. Well, the MEMS industry it's a few cents a device, and you have to test them in very fast pace. And what we're trying to do with these funds and research students to find a way to automatically load small devices on our systems and then bring the test cost down and automate it.
Okay.
That's kind of a revolution for us.
Wow. So yeah, another way to say accelerate an industry with these kinds of innovations in technology. How far along are you in setting up the new institute?
Well, amazingly, the institute itself physically was put together in about 2 months' time.
This was only announced, what, a few months ago, right?
It was announced, I want to say, in July, and by September we had the ribbon cutting for the facility. And it's amazing. It's a abandoned furniture warehouse in downtown Youngstown behind our software incubator. It's put together in 2 months. The machinery and equipment was put in, and now we're at the point where the executive director was just named last week, a gentleman coming from Lockheed Martin, and the staff is being put together. Right now as we speak, there's a meeting taking place. This is live, and there is a lot of motivation to get this up and running as quick as possible.
Wow, a lot of great things happen in Youngstown these days.
We're having fun. It's a different, we like to say we're a comeback story, and part of it is similar to Pittsburgh, the shale revolution. Part of it is just a lot of changes in efficient government and advanced manufacturing.
Wow, well, really exciting. Congratulations to both of you. It is so cool to see this kind of cutting edge stuff happening in our region and really blazing the trail for the future. Congratulations.
Wonderful,
thank you.
Have a great new year.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, a Navy veteran sails into our region to get into the grocery business. Stay with us.